Hello and welcome to the first unit in this course on advanced business communication skills. In this unit, we will learn how to take part in meetings effectively. Meetings are a regular feature in any business or organization.
They help for many reasons, like taking decisions, brainstorming, project planning and follow up, policy formulation, and for managing change.
Since the purpose of organizations is to coordinate the actions of different people for specific purposes, effective meetings are essential for their smooth functioning.
So, what makes a meeting effective? Does the responsibility lie only on the person driving the meeting? While it is important that the person driving the meeting set a clear agenda and goal for the meeting, it is equally important for the participants in a meeting to conduct themselves suitably.
How to effectively participate in business meetings. That is what we will learn in this unit.
We will learn what one should do before, during, and after a meeting. We will also touch upon some tips for people who are new to an organization and for those who want to present a strong idea. And by exploring a few situations, we will also learn some phrases that one can use for proper expression in those situations. Let us begin by looking at Piyush's story. Piyush is a recruitment lead with 2 years' experience. He handles lateral hiring for several units in the organization. He has to attend a meeting with some members of the finance team to discuss the hiring plan for the coming quarter. Monica, the finance manager who set up the meeting, had shared a sample job description or JDs along with the meeting invite.
Piyush doesn't go through the job descriptions and just has a look at the job titles. Since he has prior experience in hiring for finance roles, he assumes that knowing the job title would be sufficient.
He arrives 5 minutes late for the meeting and sees that Mohan Rao, the head of finance, is also present. He had not noticed that Mohan Rao was also included in the meeting invite. This makes Piyush nervous. He starts to talk about the hiring plan but realizes that the roles are actually very different from what he had assumed. It is evident that Piyush is not prepared for the meeting.
Soon after the rather unproductive meeting, the head of finance sends an email to the recruitment head requesting for a more competent recruitment lead. Piyush's story brings out the importance of preparing for a meeting. So, let us look at how we can prepare for a meeting.
To do this, you need to know the agenda and the desired outcome of the meeting, as well as who the other participants of the meeting are.
If the agenda is not included in the meeting invite, or if you don't understand any item on the agenda, you can speak with the person who is leading the meeting or with the other participants to find out more.
Take the time to read any additional material that is sent out before the meeting. Try and frame questions for each of the items on the agenda. For this, it is important that you understand your role in the meeting, have your point of view ready, and if it is a follow up meeting, be prepared with updates on prior action items. If you are new to the team or the organization, you can ask for additional or background information to help you prepare for the meeting. If it is a recurring meeting, you can also read the minutes of the past meetings to get to know the points that have already been discussed.
Some teams and organizations might have a list of ground rules for meetings. It will help if you check in advance about this and go through them or discuss them with your colleagues.
If you have a strong idea that you want to present, think through it carefully before presenting it at the meeting. Ensure that you have the supporting data or information ready and document the pros and cons so that you can establish that the positives outweigh the negatives. Finally, on the day of the meeting, ensure that you are dressed appropriately and plan your day's activities in such a way that you're present for the meeting at least 5 minutes before it is supposed to start. Now let us look at what you need to do during a meeting.
If you are new to the team or organization, you could inform everyone present that you are a new participant, and if required, ask for a quick update or for any clarifications you may need related to the agenda of the meeting.
As the meeting progresses, listen attentively and ask relevant questions where required. Don't interrupt others while they are presenting their points. Wait for the right moment to speak up. Keep the goal of the meeting in mind while asking questions or making a comment. Be alert so that you are aware of what the others have said so that you can avoid repetition. It also helps to take notes during the meeting.
Don't derail the meeting by going off topic. For example, if you're attending a team meeting in which you have to give a brief overview about the work that you're doing, don't start discussing every risk or issue that you're facing in the project.
Such a detailed discussion would perhaps be relevant in a project meeting, but not at a team meeting. If any action is assigned to you during a meeting, make sure that you're clear about the work that has been assigned to you and the deadline for it. Be very clear in confirming whether you accept or reject the tasks that you have been assigned. Also, if you haven't understood what is expected of you, you could say, "I'm sorry, but I'm not clear what needs to be done. Could you please elaborate?" Now let's look at what you should do while presenting an idea. Stick to the point and be clear and concise. Use specific examples and avoid making assumptions. Explain key words as well as your reasoning behind the idea or suggestion. For example, if the meeting is about ideas to improve your workplace to make it more energy efficient and eco-friendly, you can present your idea in the following manner. In my opinion, we can make our office more energy efficient by installing lights which have motion sensors. And then go on to provide your reasoning. We have noticed that people often forget to switch off lights before leaving the office, which results in wastage of electricity. Motion sensors would ensure that the lights get switched off automatically when a room is empty. Once you have presented your idea, be open to feedback and suggestions. You might have a strong idea, but if you come across as being overconfident or arrogant, then you will find it difficult to receive support from the other team members. Most importantly, don't dominate a meeting. Once you have presented your point of view, allow others to take it forward for discussion. Now let us look at some points related to body language during the meeting. Firstly, be aware of your body language while participating in the meeting. For instance, are you slouching or sitting straight? Do not slouch. How are your arms placed? Are they crossed or open? Do not cross your arm. Are you fidgeting with a pen or shaking your legs? If yes, then you will come across as being restless. It may also distract or irritate the other participants. Now let's look at how you can display positive body language. Maintain eye contact with the other participants. Speak slowly. Level and tone of voice also play an important role in how your message or viewpoint is received by others. Most importantly, be confident. Being polite does not mean you must agree with what everyone says in a meeting. What it means is that you should be cautious about how you word any objections that you raise in a meeting. And don't unnecessarily correct another participant during the meeting.
If a person has made a suggestion that you think is not workable, do not directly tell the person that it would not work. Instead, frame a question to try and understand the reasoning behind the suggestion. You could say, for example, "I'm not sure how this will work. Could you explain the reasoning behind the suggestion?"
As the meeting draws to a close, quickly have a look at the notes and questions you had prepared before the meeting to check if you have raised all the points that you wanted to discuss. The leader of the meeting would normally give a summary of the key points discussed as well as the action items. Use this to cross-check if you have clearly understood your action items. Feel free to ask any relevant questions to clear pending doubts. And finally, thank the presenter and the other participants before leaving the meeting. After the meeting has been concluded, go through the minutes of the meeting and give special attention to the action items that have been assigned to you. If you have more queries, speak to the relevant people. The only thing that remains now is to try and complete the work assigned to you at the earliest.
This brings us to the end of the first video in this course on advanced business communication skills. In this video, we have dealt with effective participation in meetings. We have seen some key points you need to keep in mind while preparing for a meeting. We have also seen what you should and shouldn't do while participating in a meeting. The supplementary materials in this course will have some more examples of phrases and expressions that you can use during meetings. The next video is about how to lead meetings as a manager and what you can do to encourage the participants to step up. Thank you.